Just decided.
There is a study that came out. I don't think it was really any surprise, unfortunately. It was in the Psychology and Social Personality Bulletin, and it talks about first date behavior. And apparently, men on first dates, if you're kind to them, they like that. Okay.
Do they like it when you eat fried food at the fair?
Not so
a lot
much,
of guys would.
Not so much for women, though. We don't like kindness.
No, we don't.
What is that about us? We kind of like you to be a little bit...
A bad boy.
Yes.
I don't understand that either. I mean, as I grew up a little bit, I mean, my husband, I wouldn't say he's a bad boy. I mean, he has enough of that. But I agree with that. We are so like... We think that the bad boy is going to protect us if we get into trouble or whatever it is, and yeah, we don't like the nice guy.
Just something alluring to that.
I have a theory about this, and this is like if you read about literary trends and like what happens. So in romance novels, there's a formula that they follow. They all follow it. So if you've read them, this will be familiar to you. So it's the heroine, the woman. And she meets the guy, and he's brooding, and he's dark, and he's mysterious, and he's closed off to women until she comes along, and she has like the magic whatever to like
magic key,
unlock him and make him, you know, this
nice, caring, compassionate.
Nice,
yes, okay,
it's like she has to
deep
take
down
him.
and she pulls it out of him.
Yes, she's the exception to the rule, and I wonder if, as women as a whole, if that's what we look for, because I know with Scott it was the same way. You know, he was a little hard to get at first.
And you like that?
I did.
It was the challenge.
Yes.
You like the challenge.
The challenge.
Yeah.
Kimber, do you date good guys, or nice guys, or bad boys?
I usually go towards the kind of nerdy, bookish boys that are kind. To me, like that's very attractive to me when someone is kind to others for no reason. So
great, Kimber. Thanks for making
That's so beautiful.
That's
beautiful.
I have a single brother that exactly just like that.
Is he kind? Yeah.
Yes.
He's a sweetheart.
No, but I mean, I have absolutely been attracted to the bad boy, but I've been burned by that. So I think that's why I realized that, you know, for longevity and in the end, you know, and, you know, just having, you know, respect for myself and, you know, not... What I hate is when a guy's like, I'm going to call you, and then they don't call, and then you're wondering, and it is the chase, and it's so easy to feed into that.
I have absolutely no self-respect, too. That's maybe what...
No! Oh, my gosh, no.
But I think there's something to, like, then they don't call, and you think that maybe you're going to be the one girl that he called. Like, you know he's a player, you know he's because he has a reputation, but you think, yeah, but not with me.
I think that bad boys are just short-term. We all know that.
Yeah, they are.
They're short-term.
You know, I know you said that, that guys like a girl that's kind. I've been told, maybe... they're just saying this, but I've been told that I'm too sweet, or they thought I was too nice, and you know maybe didn't ask me out again.
And that's usually something that women say to men.
Yeah.
He's too nice. He's too. So
that's interesting. I just twisted and got this all backwards here. Just switching roles here. So yeah, just interesting perspective.
Okay, tell me what you think about this. And I'm curious, especially with you, Kimber, just being the age range that you are. You just had your 28th birthday yesterday.
I had my 26th.
You did again for the second time.
Mine too.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
So they say that 1/3 of hookups actually end up in marriage. Ooh. So you know when they say don't have sex before you're married, don't do the one-night stand hookup. They say that actually 1/3 of the time those end up in long-term relationships.
But how many of those thirds end up in divorce? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question.
Well, hold on, I'm confused with the hookup. Like, I mean, what do you mean 1/3 of hookup? Like, is that a one-night stand?
What is that hookup?
What is a hookup?
There's a lot of gray area with the hookup language. I think it constitutes anything from like a makeout to all the way sex. So I think, with this article, I take it as sex.
As sex?
Yeah.
So basically no sex before marriage?
No, just like you meet someone at a bar.
one-night stand?
And yeah,
it's
you
kind
take
of
them
like
home.
a one-night stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take them home, things get crazy, you end up having sex, and everybody knows that if that happens, the chances usually of that turning into a long-term relationship are like nothing.
Yeah.
Well, they say 1/3 of the time, we're wrong. 1/3 of the time it ends up in a long-term relationship.
I have friends who are currently dating someone from a hookup or even are married and
From a one-night stand almost, or like a quick fling?
Yeah, just like a quick time, and
like date number 2, they already had sex and they got married.
Date number 1, they met at a bar, and
is this an age thing? Do you think it's like I don't want to say like a millennial thing, but like I know that the girls who I know who are late 20s, early 30s, there's a different they have a different attitude about sex.
You know what I think it is? I think there's and I think it's a little strange, but people are very comfortable meeting someone out at a bar and taking them home, even if they don't have sex, even if they just cuddle or whatever. And like, that's just very common to a lot of people, you know, young professionals. To me, I'm glad it's kind of foreign to me.
Yeah.
But
you're right. But
I'm
for
telling
a
you, I have
particular
a brother
age
for
group,
that.
yes. It sounded better and better.
Wow. Okay.
She's getting more and more syllable.
I mean, that's just kind of the thing.
And she's right too about the language is very different too, depending on, you know, like what's a hookup, what's a date, it's all very confusing.
Oh,
it's all
talking.
very confusing.
You're
now.
telling me. I'm in the midst of it.
Confusing.
I'm not
hard
going to
to
say
navigate.
anything. I'm married now, and I'm just going to be quiet on this conversation.
Me too.
Because everything about the hookup and when it happened and how many dates in, I'm going to just be quiet.
That's a smart woman.